All right, well, moving on now further up north by the Tyneside, Newcastle, who are enjoying some good times in the Premier League, we have to say, in all competitions, really and truly. They weren't able to get the win today, though, against Leeds, even though they looked like they should have. Leeds, for the Leeds fans, they make it very spicy. Nobody with heart problems should be watching Leeds and this American Revolution going on under Jesse Marsch. But who would be happier with this one? Definitely Leeds.
Well, definitely Leeds because similar to Everton, Everton were disappointed against Wolves, and remember Leeds just played against Manchester City, and I there was so much pressure not just on the team, but also about Jesse Marsch. You're going away to at St James's, and it's not an easy one. It was a good game, but going both ways. Yes, in the second half, Newcastle turned the screws, and it looked like they were going to find a way. They didn't, but Leeds had their chances. And speaking of that American Revolution, my goodness, Tyler Adams, what a game. There are others. It just goes to show for Leeds United, this is not a deep squad for sure in terms of quality. But if you remember against Manchester City, there was no Tyler Adams and no Jack Harrison. Both of those players today, I think, contributed to the fact that Leeds United are going home with a point. Tyler Adams just tremendous in possession. I think he's won like 8 or 9 duels in the midfield, something that he does extremely well, and it was very much needed. And the energy of Jack Harrison was tremendous. So just recovering these two players, I think probably Jesse Marsch will be the first one to say that had they had them against Manchester City, maybe it would have been different. Who knows? But very very good points for Leeds United. I suppose if you look at Newcastle, they'll be disappointed because what they won the last 5. I think
Mhm.
like 10 straight games if you include the
Yeah.
friendlies they played during the World Cup. They've been on a tremendous run. They look at it as 2 points lost, I suppose, because they're getting greedy, and that's a good thing because Newcastle United for years haven't been able to say that. So. Look, they're probably not happy with that, but that point still goes a long way, I suppose, when it's all said and done.
And then finally, you mentioned the word energy, and of course, what Jack Harrison brings to Leeds, of course, Tyler Adams too. Energy is something we always talk about recently when we talk about Leeds, whether it was Leeds under Bielsa and now under Jesse Marsch. But sometimes you do see where they run out of gas in the second half, and sometimes let teams get the better of them. Is this style, Janusz, for the long run sustainable, or do you think they'll get found out as in the second half of the season?
Well, yeah, I chatted about this because I mean Jesse Marsh is a little bit different from Marcelo Bielsa in that it's no man to man, but it's still high pressing and counter pressing, and you can press in the midfield as well. When we looked at that game against Manchester City, they didn't have any other ideas. I think they should have played that game a little bit differently when they lost to Manchester City. They try to press. Of course, Man City can break press easily, and that's exactly what they've done. I still think that Jesse Marsh has to find different ways of playing. I even today a little bit on the counter, and I think we need to see that variation a little bit more often. Still under pressure, I think they're going to struggle as we go through the season. They'll take that as a massive boost because I'm telling you, they lose this game today, and everybody's saying that Jesse Marsh safe. I don't know if he would be if they lost this game today as well. So not out of the woods by any means because I just think they are very, very thin. They're not a team that scores a lot of goals. And again, I mean, I don't think you're going to wait for Patrick Bamford forever, always injured. And I think even when he's healthy, I don't know if he's going to be scoring at a rate that he did in the championship in the first year, I think, in the league with Bielsa. I think those days are done. So, I mean, they are I still think they need a prolific or a better goal scorer, but I don't know if they can afford one.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.